Hey everyone, it's Rachel and welcome here. Today's video is going to be a pregnancy update as well as a recap on the rest of my pregnancy since this is the first update I've done. I just started the third trimester and I'm so excited to be getting ready to meet my baby and become a mom for the first time. Since I have a feeling this video might be a bit longer, we're gonna go ahead and just jump right into it. So it all started around Christmas of last year. Me and my husband decided at the beginning of December that we were ready to start trying. And a few weeks later, I started feeling a bit off. I was just more tired. I wasn't really feeling myself. I took a pregnancy test on New Year's Eve and it was positive. Me and my husband were thrilled. We were so excited to finally be starting this journey. I had been wanting a baby for a little while, but since we were trying to pay off student loans, we had decided it was best to wait. We had just finished paying them off, and I had recently quit my job, which was really nice because now I could focus on just being at home, getting through the pregnancy, getting ready, especially since the first trimester was a little bit challenging. I had a lot of morning sickness starting at 8 weeks, and it lasted for about 3 weeks. I was throwing up regularly and it was not fun. It was really challenging. I usually love being in the kitchen and cooking, but for that month I just hated being in the kitchen. I didn't enjoy cooking at all. My husband did a lot of the cooking. I was also more tired than usual and just really not feeling myself. And I was also really nervous that something would go wrong. In the first trimester is when there's the most risk of miscarriage. And I was so nervous something was going to happen, especially since I had some health concerns that I was worried was going to affect it. So that month was also a little bit stressful in that way. I was so worried something was going to go wrong. On the bright side though, we got to tell our family and that was so much fun. That was definitely the best part of the first trimester, was sharing the news with our family. Both his family and my family were so excited and so thrilled. All our siblings were so excited about becoming aunts and uncles, and our parents were thrilled as well about becoming grandparents. I had my first ultrasound at around 9 weeks. I felt so much less anxious after that. The ultrasound showed that the baby was healthy, everything was looking great. That really helped assure me and calm my fears. And it was also so exciting getting to see the baby on the screen for the first time, because in the first trimester, you know you're pregnant, you're feeling weird, but there's almost like there's no proof that there's a baby there, and you wonder like, is anything really happening or am I just not feeling myself? So it was so nice getting to see the baby, see that there's actually something in there, and it also made it so much more real for us. We announced the pregnancy at 11 weeks and it was so much fun telling our friends, and they were all so happy and so excited for us. The second trimester was a lot better. I got more energy. I wasn't needing to nap as often, and my morning sickness also went away, which was so nice. I was able to get back into routine of getting up earlier in the morning and getting more stuff done around the house. I really started getting into cooking and baking again, and it was just really nice feeling more like myself. Around 16 weeks, I started to get some soreness in my hips. I have a curved spine. I really thought that that was going to affect me more than anything else. I was expecting a lot of back pain, so I was surprised when my back wasn't bothering me at all, but my hips were driving me crazy. So I went and got a birthing ball, and that really helped being able to sit on it instead of sitting on the couch. It was so much more comfortable. I was also so excited when my bump finally started to show, because there's that awkward in-between phase when you're growing a little bit, but I felt like I looked more like I was just eating too much than that I was actually pregnant. So when my bump finally came in and you could tell I was pregnant, I was so thrilled. Around 18 weeks, I could start feeling little movements, and that was definitely one of the most exciting things. I loved being able to feel the baby move. It's just so precious knowing they're alive, they're growing. We had our second ultrasound at 20 weeks and it was a bit of a longer one. It took maybe about half an hour or so, and it was a little bit uncomfortable, but the results were good. Everything looked great. The baby was growing well, and we also found out the gender. It was a little bit sad because around this time is when everything started to ramp up with COVID-19. So my husband wasn't actually allowed to come in with me to the ultrasound, and we had wanted to find out the gender together. So I asked them if they could put it in an envelope. When I was done, me and my husband got to open it together, which was really nice because I really wanted to find out together as a couple. Also, due to COVID-19, my hospital appointments became less regular than they usually would have been. And the most disappointing thing was that my husband was no longer allowed to come with me to my appointments, which was hard for him and hard for me because it was really nice having him there to ask any questions he had, because I'm not the best at coming up with questions. And also he couldn't be there to hear the heartbeat. It was just a little bit disappointing. We ended up doing a small gender reveal with his family and my family. We went to a park, did a little gender reveal. It wasn't quite what I had imagined it would be, but it was still really special. We still had a lot of fun. At 26 weeks, I had my test for gestational diabetes, and it was negative, but I did have to go on an iron and vitamin C supplement because I wasn't getting enough of those. That was a little bit of a negative thing, but I was more concerned about the diabetes, so I was really happy that that was negative. Around this time, I also went and bought my first maternity clothes. Because of all the isolation and physical distancing and everything that was going on, I had been just living in my regular clothes. I wasn't really going out very much at all, except for walks, and I had one pair of pants that managed to fit me through most of the second trimester. So I was pretty much living in those pants and leggings. Around the end of the second trimester, things started opening up a little bit more, and I also started to not fit the clothes I had. Finally went shopping, and it was actually kind of hard finding maternity clothes because I am a very petite person, and all the clothes I found were too big for me. They didn't fit me. And also it was hard because I couldn't really go and try them on, but I did manage to find some that worked. That was so nice because I was starting to feel really uncomfortable and just frumpy and gross in the clothes I had. I am now 29 weeks. I am hungry a lot. I eat so much, and sometimes it can be hard finding stuff to eat because I want to avoid too much sugar or, kind of unhealthy, junky foods. A couple weeks ago, the baby kind of shifted down, and so that's been a little bit uncomfortable. It puts pressure on my bladder, so I'm running to the bathroom a lot. I still have quite a bit of energy, but I am taking more naps than I did at the beginning of the second trimester. This baby is also really squirmy, especially at night when I'm trying to sleep. And I love it. I love feeling the baby move and everything, but then there's also some times when I wish it would settle down a little bit. We've also started stocking up on baby things, going to the thrift store and buying clothes, and we have our crib, dresser, rocking chair, and we're just starting to pick up all the other little things. We're having a baby shower after the baby is born, so I want to have at least the majority, if not all, the essentials. I had a hospital appointment last week. Everything is still looking great, and the baby's looking healthy. I'm growing healthy. So really thankful for that, and that everything's going well so far. So now I'm going to show you guys a belly shot, kind of show you how I'm looking so far at 29 weeks. The baby is healthy, a bit on the small side, but not a concern. The doctors aren't worried or anything. And they said that it's normal considering I am a petite person. They weren't expecting the baby to be very big. I also haven't noticed any stretch marks yet, which has been really nice. I've been using an oil, and that's been really helpful in moisturizing my skin. We'll see afterwards, but so far I haven't noticed any marks. Thank you guys for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you are currently pregnant, let me know in the comments how your pregnancy has been and how far along you are. I'd love to hear about your journey and how it's going for you. And if you're interested in following along on our journey, then be sure to subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Bye.